Hi everyone. Today, we're going to tackle a really important issue that affects many relationships. How to combat narcissism. Whether you've noticed narcissistic behavior in someone close to you or you're trying to deal with a difficult personality in your life, this video is here to help you understand and take practical steps to handle it. Get rid of it! So, first off, what exactly is narcissism? A lot of people think narcissism just means someone is really full of themselves. But it's actually much deeper than that. Narcissism is a personality trait that involves an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. In severe cases, this can develop into what's known as Narcissistic Personality Disorder, NPD. According to the DSM-5, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, published by the American Psychiatric Association, people with NPD tend to have an exaggerated sense of their own abilities and accomplishments and an intense preoccupation with success and power. But it's also important to note that narcissism exists on a spectrum, meaning not every narcissist has a full-blown disorder. So, why is this important to know? Because understanding the behavior is the first step in combating it. You can't change what you don't understand. Recognize the signs of narcissism. The very first step in combating narcissism is recognizing the signs. Some common traits include constant need for admiration. They often fish for compliments and need validation. Lack of empathy. Narcissists struggle to see things from other people's perspectives. Manipulation. They may gaslight or twist situations to maintain control or appear in a better light. Entitlement. Narcissists believe they deserve special treatment or favors, even if unwarranted. A great book I recommend reading is The Narcissist You Know by Dr. Joseph Burgo. In it, he explains that while everyone has narcissistic traits to some degree, it's the extreme behaviors that disrupt relationships and create toxicity. Set boundaries. Once you've recognized narcissistic behavior, the next step is setting firm boundaries. Narcissists often try to blur lines in relationships to get what they want, so you have to be clear and unwavering about what is acceptable to you. Let's say, for example, you're dealing with a narcissistic coworker who constantly interrupts you during meetings to make themselves look better. A boundary might be saying, "I'd appreciate it if you let me finish my point before you respond." Psychologist Dr. Ramani Durvasula, an expert on narcissism, emphasizes that boundaries are non-negotiable when dealing with narcissists. You have to be consistent because if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Don't engage in arguments. Now, this one can be tough, but it's crucial. Narcissists love to argue and twist situations to make you feel like you're in the wrong. Engaging in arguments with them can drain your energy and leave you feeling frustrated. So how do you avoid this? When the narcissist tries to provoke you, stay calm and stick to facts. You can say something like, "I don't want to argue. Let's focus on solving the issue." Keep your responses neutral and concise. You don't need to justify yourself or get into a back and forth, because they'll often twist the conversation. The key here is to remain emotionally detached. Narcissists thrive on emotional reactions. According to clinical psychologist Dr. Les Carter, the more emotionally reactive you are, the more control they have. Focus on self-care and support. Dealing with narcissistic behavior can take a toll on your mental and emotional health. That's why it's essential to take care of yourself. This means setting aside time for activities that recharge you. Whether it's meditation, exercise, or spending time with people who uplift you. A study published by the Journal of Clinical Psychology in 2016 found that people who practice mindfulness and self-compassion have better resilience against toxic relationships. If you don't take care of your own needs, the narcissist's behavior can overwhelm you. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Also, having a support system is key. This could be friends, family, or even a therapist who understands what you're going through. Support groups can also be incredibly helpful because they allow you to connect with others who've experienced the same thing. Know when to walk away. Finally, sometimes the best way to combat narcissism is by walking away. If someone is not respecting your boundaries, manipulating you, or continuing to emotionally abuse you, it might be time to distance yourself. There's a term called gray rocking, where you make yourself as uninteresting as possible to the narcissist by not engaging with their antics. This can sometimes cause them to lose interest, but if the relationship is too toxic or damaging, it's okay to walk away entirely. Dr. Craig Malkin, in his book Rethinking Narcissism, explains that not all relationships with narcissists can or should be saved. Sometimes, the healthiest thing you can do is cut ties. Your mental health is more important than keeping a relationship that's hurting you. So there you have it. 5 practical steps to combat narcissism. Recognize the behavior, set clear boundaries, don't engage in unnecessary arguments, focus on your self-care, and, if necessary, walk away. Remember, combating narcissism isn't about changing the other person. It's about protecting yourself and maintaining your well-being. If this video was helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need it. And, as always, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What strategies have worked for you when dealing with narcissists? Let's keep the conversation going.